Good morning, Southern California, AM 1220, KHTS. Your host, Fred Arnold, on the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. I'm very happy to have someone from the city, Donna Nuzzi, right?
Correct.
Nuzzi. And Donna is the Human Services Supervisor, Emergency Management, and Community Service of the Community Service Division of our great city. And you guys have a balanced budget. In fact, you have a little bit of a surplus, which is good, and we can provide more services for our citizens.
And we call that surplus reserves because in emergencies, that's what we'll use to help us get us through
The biggest challenges.
the biggest challenges. Absolutely.
yeah.
That's why we call them reserves.
So let's talk about. I'm gonna throw some questions at you on that. Emergency services and what's so important about that. But let's talk about the Emergency Expo first.
Right, yeah. March 29th. It's piggybacked on with the Home and Garden Show, but the Emergency Expo is actually going to be in the parking lot of the Hyatt, and I believe this is the third year it's taken place there, and it's been very successful and a great opportunity for family to come out and learn about preparedness.
Yes, and you're going to be giving away.
Oh, yes. I have,
Here it is.
there's,
Right here.
This gift is for you.
Yes.
This is one of the giveaways that'll be at the city's booth. This year, we're really focusing on animal preparedness. And so our campaign line is take care of the entire family. So, Fred, do you have any animals?
Two dogs.
All right. Well, here, this will add to your preparedness kit for your animal. It's a collapsible pet bowl. If you come to the city booth, we'll be happy to give anyone who comes to our booth and wants to inquire about more animal preparedness or learn about animal preparedness at the city booth.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and it's fun to go out there. Bring the kids out there because you're going to have emergency vehicles, but they can learn firsthand on how to take care of it. In fact, I found my son asking me questions about being prepared that I wasn't even thinking about myself.
Great. You know what? Because I think in school they talk about it more. You know, we also have another program at the city called CERT, Community Emergency Response Training. And we get so many kids, whether they need it for community service, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, church stuff, and they come and they volunteer and act as injured survivors. And we do
wow.
a disaster simulation. In fact, we're having one this Thursday evening. And so these kids are really into it, and they're seeing firsthand what people would do in an emergency response. Basically, how are you going to take care of your home and your family when something like a disaster happens?
And disasters happen. I remember just real briefly back before 9/11, right before 9/11. I was flying to Alabama, I think it was, to see a football game. And that was a Friday afternoon, the week before September 11th, and we had an emergency in Stevenson Ranch. And they were prepared. Stevenson Ranch Elementary, along with the Hart School District, Newhall School District, they were prepared.
We were part of that evacuation.
Exactly. And that was really important. And I remember my wife at the time calling me over and over saying, hey, everything's okay. I don't know. Oh, actually, I don't know what's going on. But like clockwork, you guys had a plan. The principal, Miss Von Bulow, had a plan. She executed it, and the kids got away from the dangers very safely.
And that's another part of even though we're the city side and that's unincorporated, we work with all our partners, and we have to be involved. And that's a part of the leadership of our city council and also our city manager. That's a part of my job is the coordination and knowing how to work with each other. So when you're in the emergency, you know how to make it happen.
Yeah, and so we're really talking about the KHTS Santa Clarita Valley Emergency Expo. But I also want to talk just real briefly, because part of your title is in Community Service Division. You also handle a lot of things, parks, right?
Well, no, me specifically, no. I'm not in recreation, but, I work with people. If you ask me a question, I'll be happy to answer it if I can.
Well, and I love our parks. I think our parks are a central part of, and I think that's one of the philosophies of our city, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's all about, sustainable, healthy lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And, I think we epitomize that in Santa Clarita. I mean, we're constantly reinvesting in making sure our parks are well manicured, things are well maintained, and then obviously our programs too, whether, recreation programs and in our facilities and on our fields. It's very important to the Santa Clarita way of life.
Yep. You have Seasons Magazine with all the different activities you have with the city. You've got some of these people, or some citizens, don't realize the aquatic center is amazing.
Oh yeah, it is busy.
It is busy.
Very
In fact,
busy.
I keep saying to Ken and COC, you guys need to build another pool. Maybe do it at COC jointly, because that pool is the busiest pool during swim season for all the high schools.
Oh, right now, I mean, it's really funny. Some evenings when I'm trying to get out of the parking lot, it's crazy because all the kids are coming out after the practice, and it's a well-used facility.
Yeah, you got Central Park, you've got all the trails, you've got all the different local
And our
parks.
dog parks.
Yes.
You know, I mean, everything. And that's another thing, you know, with our dog parks, not to tag back on, but we really, when you're talking about your family and preparedness, we don't want to forget our animals. People, you know, it's really funny. I just did a poster, and the girl said to me that where I picked it up, she said, well, you know, I take care of my horse, and I have everything ready for an emergency for my horse if I have to evacuate. But my dog, this is making me think about, I really got to step up for my dog. And I'm like, yeah, we love our animals, so, you know, take a little extra effort.
How are we going to do that? Again, the Santa Clarita Valley Emergency Expo, when is it? Where is it? And
March 29th from 9 to 5 p.m. at the Valencia Hyatt parking lot. And again, it piggybacks onto the Home and Garden Show, which is also a 2-day event.
KHTS event. Make sure that you get out there, bring the kids.
Absolutely. You know, this is a chance to meet first responders. And then also it's fire, sheriff, CHP, public health, Henry Mayo Hospital. They bring out their mobile hospital setups to show what happens when there's a surge capacity, and they blow up this little mini room. And, you know, it's a great time for hands-on and in a non-emergency time to meet with all our community.
It teaches our kids to think, too, and ourselves, too.
You're absolutely right, Fred.
Ladies and gentlemen, Donna Nuzzi with the City of Santa Clarita, tell Ken and the rest of the City Council, great job on managing a great city.
And thank you for helping us get the word out. It's really important.
Greatest city that I know of in our union. So, ladies and gentlemen, Donna Nuzzi representing the City of Santa Clarita on the Santa Clarita Emergency Expo, March 29th from 9 to 5.
Correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight on AM 1220 KHTS. Bye-bye.